So this is our Polaris 330 Magnum, and the other day the swing arm bearing actually broke. Now this is a really common thing with Polarises because they have these little plastic bearings inside of them, and so over a while they kind of just degrade. So today we're gonna be putting new ones on and putting these swing arms on so we can ride this thing again. So the first thing you gotta do, obviously, get these little swing arms off, and inside of there you can see the bushings are all gone basically on both of them. So I got new ones. Let's go throw them on real quick. So these are what the bushings actually look like. They're just little plastic things, and the little rod kind of just fits right through them perfectly. It just kind of fits like that to keep it from wiggling inside, but it can still move. So this one of the two actually has a good one in there still. So for now, we're not going to change this one. Another day we probably will, but for now we're just going to leave this one. This one, we got to put the new one in. So to do that, what we do is you kind of just slide this in right here. You kind of just like hammer it down in there. So let's do that real quick. So let's slide it in here. Just kind of give it a couple. Hold up. Things are a little hard to get in, so just kind of. Let's try hitting it on the floor here. There we go. All right, we finally got that one in. That was a bit of pain in the butt, but it's in there now. So let's go throw these on. Okay, so we got this on this little jack right here. So what I'm gonna do first is we're actually gonna get this little ring right here and get it onto this little screw right there. So let's do that real quick. So when doing this, I typically try to get the swing arm on the other end of it, just so I can kind of like slip it right up through there on it. So once you do that, you kind of grab this little nut right here, and it just slips right on top of that. So once you get that nut on there hand tight, you're going to grab a 9/16 wrench and tighten it as much as you can. And then there is a little cotter key that you have to put in through there. So after you tighten it down, obviously put the cotter key in. I do suggest not getting that too tight yet until you I suggest hand tightening it and then getting this actually on here, just to double check that you can actually fit it over. So like mine fits, see? So then I'm gonna throw that on and then we'll get to the next. All right, once you get that on there tight, you're gonna wanna align these up perfectly through that little hole there. I did have to take off this little plastic thing right here that actually covers it, but super easy, it's just 3 little star nuts. So let's get these 2 bolts on here and then move to the other side. Well, you gotta put this on first before you do that. So once you get that on in there nice, then you can put the bolt in and tighten it down. But this one is done now, so let's move on to this other side. So we got this one on here. Let's throw this little nut on here, throw these bolts onto that, and then we'll take it for a little ride. All right, we got both off, so now let's do a little wiggle test and double check. Nothing there. And the other side, nothing here. So there you go. I'll put these little plates on here. We'll give her a little test ride. So boom, we got those 2 on. Take her off the jack real quick and we'll take her for a little ride.